is, people. That's just how it is. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You know what I was thinking? You know what? I don't have any sense. I was coming to the table thinking, to the window, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my. Oh, you. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I will not say that I bleep out the words all the time. I will not say that because that would be a lie. Depends on how bad I'm feeling. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good, right? Depends on how tough I'm feeling, how gangster I'm feeling. That's it. Depends on how gangster I'm feeling. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook user. Let me see who this is. Who this be? Good morning, Erica. I don't know why that was on my mind today. I'm running from the. Oh, Susanna, you're here with us live. Awesome. Good morning, Susanna. We are. I'm running to the table from the shower. I decided to re-dye my hair this morning. I need a purple that really, really sticks. This one doesn't really stick. The dark parts are, oh wait, it's over here. The dark parts are where my hair is dark, and the light parts are where my hair is gray. Good morning, Steve. I'm not stank, man. I'm coming to the table fresh. Not dressed to impress, but fresh. I'm running from the shower. My hair might still be dripping down the sides of my face. So if it does, that's okay. I can't sit at the table with the towel wrapped around my head, right? I can't do that. Good morning, Karen. I'm never going to. Yes, I'm doing one of your suggestions today. I absolutely am. I looked it up. I looked it up specifically. Well, I've actually done two of, this is the second of your suggestions, right? Because you gave, good morning, Rose, because you gave the suggestion for love languages. A couple of people, thank you. Who said that? Superfly purple. Yes, I love my purple hair. You know what I was thinking this morning as I was looking at the purple? I'm like, maybe purple is becoming my new favorite color. Or maybe I'm drawn to purple right now because of the calming effects of the color purple, right? So maybe that's what it is. And maybe I'll go back to the orange because orange and yellow together are my favorite colors because of how vibrant and lively and they give me life. But right now, I am becoming more zen. Kia ora, Suli. Am I saying that right? Kia ora. I'm becoming more zen with myself. And so as I become more zen, purple is starting to be what I'm drawn to. I am on YouTube right now. I should be. You know that day that I had issues and the comments weren't showing up? I didn't do anything differently. One of the people who comes onto the feed, my niece, she doesn't come onto Facebook. She doesn't have the app. And so yesterday she asked me, Auntie, what happened to YouTube? So I will just simultaneously go to Facebook and YouTube again as long as it works. Join me either place. It doesn't matter, actually. Oh, I'm saying it perfectly. Thank you, Kiora. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I need to see Kennedy's purple hair, Karen. The only thing I don't like about, oh, there we go. Thank you, Suli. The only thing I don't like about this simulcast is what that I figured out yesterday is that when I simulcast to the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and to YouTube. If you come to me from the group, you show up as Facebook user. If you come to me from the page, I see your name. That doesn't make any sense to me. I should be seeing the name of the group folks and leave the page folks as Facebook user. Anyway, whatever. So today we're going to talk about crucial conversations. And this morning I was looking for, what are we going to talk about at the table today? What are we going to talk about? What you bringing, Kai? What you bringing? So I surf Facebook. I'm watching Suli, and Suli, I envy you and your courage and your level of activity, I envy. No, 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 no. No, I don't envy. I admire. I admire your courage and your level of activity. I worry about your level of activity because I love you, Suli. But I do admire that you put on one of your pages when you were talking about one of your photos when you were talking about the kids. You said life is for the living or life is for living. It's so right. It's so right. And we have forgotten how to live while trying to live very cautiously. I have forgotten how to live, but I'm stuck with trying to live cautiously and still trying to live, right? Just trying to bona fide live. Elaine says, realize that colors may have different effects on different people depending on what the individual needs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what's going on with me now. Right now, I am finding zen and calm in my life, and so therefore I'm drawn to purple. And maybe I'll go back to orange when the world opens back up and I need excitement again. But right now, I'm happy with calm. So I really, and so I got up this morning and I saw Suli's stuff. And first of all, I wish I liked the water like you do. I don't. I have a fear of large bodies of water. So I would never, I won't say never. I won't say never. I would be terrified on a whitewater rafting trip and I would take it because I'm all about conquering fears, right? So I would do the whitewater rafting trip. However, that is absolutely not something I could do during this time because I don't need the anxiety of that fear on top of the anxiety of coming together with other people and doing a whitewater rafting trip. I don't need those two together. Suli says we took precautions and we're having a good time, carefree, but we take the necessary precautions. Suli, I respect that. I understand that. I just don't know how to do that. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, how to be comfortable doing that. And my son needs it. We're going to get to our real conversation today in just 1 second. But, first we decompress at the table and then we get into business, right? Grandmama says, how was your day? How was school today? So this is where we are right now. How was your day? How was school today? Now let's get on to the homework. I'm there because my son needs it. And yesterday, he wears his emotions. He also told me I have to stop talking about him at the table. I cannot tell his business at the table. So I have to respect his desire for me not to talk about him at the table. Although I've tried to tell him, parents talk about y'all kids all the time, but okay, whatever. I won't be telling his business at the table. I'll try my best not to. But this part of it, I think would be okay. He wears I think it'll be okay, but y'all know if he woke up and heard me, it would not be okay anyway. So he wears his emotions all over his body. So he's slumping through the house, slumping, like dragging his feet to donk, like Eeyore or something, like Snuffleupagus. And I'm like, come on, man. Look, everybody right now is struggling. Everybody. It's not just you that's struggling. Everybody is. So when I say, I understand, I really right now understand your pain. He's like, Mom, but you didn't just lose a friend. Yeah, I understand. But you can't wear it the way you're wearing it. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be happy? And I was hoping he answered right, but he did. He said yes. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I said, all right, well, let's do the things to help you find happiness despite your struggles. And I'm busting at him because I go hard. I'm gotta learn to calm down, but I'll be ready to fight. I'll be ready to fight for my kids, including fighting them. Like, dude, if you're not happy and you're not willing to take on happiness, I'm about to beat your ass into happiness. Not literally, right? But I'm about to fight you until we find happiness, but that's counterproductive, Mom. Yeah, I know. So yesterday I'm going at him and I'm like, look, I get it. You're stressed. I get it. You're unhappy. I get it. You don't have any friends out here. I get it. You can't see your friends. I get it, man. People who don't have anxiety on a regular basis are struggling with anxiety right now. Everybody. It's not just you, son. Everybody. So he's standing at the door. I'm like, go take a walk. He's like, can I just do 20 jumping jacks? I'm like, no, go take a walk. And anytime that you feel like you are sinking into this depression, I need you to get up, go take a walk. Because endorphins, you need to increase the endorphins so you can find happiness. You need to cut the cortisol levels in your body so that you do not have the ill effects of stress. So I need you to get up and go work out. And quit slumping around the house like that. Every time I see you slumping around the house, you're going to go out and take a walk. So you keep on with that mess. You want to slump, you want to be upset, go in your room and do that. But when you come around the house, da-donk, 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 you're asking for attention. How about you just come and say, Ma, I need to talk. Ma, can we, I got a question to ask you. Ma, I just want to sit in here and watch a movie with you. I don't want to talk at all. Let me be your piglet. We could just sit and watch a movie. We don't have to talk about your troubles. Dude, what do you need from me, man? What do you need from me? Speak to me. So then, instantly, he's like, oh, inside out. Okay. So he said, I'm going to get to the comments in just a second. So he says, Mom, you want to go play basketball? Now I'm sitting there. I'm trying to send him out of the house to go take his walk, to give it. And I'm like, you better come back with a better attitude. That's what I say. You better come back with a better attitude. He's like, Mom, you act like it's so easy just to get rid of. Okay, look, dude, I'm not saying come back happy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying come back not wearing your unhappiness. That's what I'm saying. You can still be unhappy. I understand you're struggling. Losing a friend is very difficult. I understand that. You can still be sad, but don't wear your sadness for the whole entire world to see. Come back with a better attitude. Displaying a better attitude. Come back when you got your shit together. Otherwise, get out. Go take a walk and keep walking around the block until you feel better. So he says, Mom, it's hard for me to come and talk to you and ask you to talk. Okay, well, you don't have to ask, son. Just come sit down. That's it. So then he asked me to go play basketball. He said, do you want to go play basketball? Now I'm trying to sit. Look, really, I was trying to go have my banana split. I bought all of the ingredients for banana split. I was trying to go have my banana split while he was out on his walk. And he's talking about, do you want to go play basketball with me? Yep, let's go. Look, and I'm not that mother. Even when I'm being nice to you, I'm swinging back. You can't tell, is this supposed to hurt or feel good? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Get your shoes on. Let's go. Let's get out the door. Let's go. Go down there. See if there's anybody at the basketball court, because if there's anybody on the basketball court, he won't want to play. So I said, go down there, see if there's anybody on the court, and then come back and let me know. He's like, well, can't you just walk with me? Oh, so you want your mama to take a walk with you? Yeah. Oh, okay, well, come on, son. Just say that, Mom. Come take a walk with me. So I got my stuff up, got my shoes on. We went out there. I remember there's a basketball court that not a lot of people go to. It's right around the corner. Not a lot of people go to because it's not the best court. It's like an old rundown court. But it was perfect for him because it would be secluded. There wouldn't be anybody else there. He won't have to fight the fear of people seeing him not be able to play basketball. And that part, as much as I hate that he feels that way, I understand it. All of his life, he's been expected to be more than what he is because of his height and his size. He was expected to talk when he was 6 months old. Like, no, he doesn't have anything for you but gaga goo goo, okay? He is 6 months looking like a 2-year-old. So he's always been expected to perform and behave better than his age because of his size. So he's worried that, the kids look at him and they think he should know how to play, but he doesn't know how to play. So we spent the evening at the basketball court, shooting, playing one-on-one basketball. I was like, look, boy, your mom almost 50 years old. I need you to give me a little bit of space. I don't need to fall out here, okay? Just back up just a little bit. That boy was all over me. I'm like, okay, son, dang, I can't shoot around you. You too big. We had a fantastic time. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, when we're both finally going to bed, he's like, Mom, can we play basketball tomorrow? Yes, we can. So anyway. So I'm finding things, and I'm forcing myself to deal with my own anxiety and get up and go, even if it's just right around the corner. I wish that I could go to the beach. I wish that I was in San Anselmo. I could take the 45-minute drive to Stinson Beach, to Lemon Tour Beach, to China Camp. I mean, there's so many places I could go to for a beautiful beach within an hour's drive from my home. I did not take advantage of it as often as I could have and should have I went to the beach, but it was cold at the beach. And here, the beach is hideous. So, um, anyway, somebody said, I love water, would never be inclined to do whitewater stuff. Okay, I want to do the kayaking. I see that you see Suli do. Suli is giving everybody goals. Does that sound familiar? I remember you hated for me to talk about you. Who says that? Who says I hate it? Oh, Mama, you must have said that. Yeah, I realized that when he said that too. Remember, he is smart enough to go back and review your videos later. Yeah. Have him watch that movie, Inside Out. It shows the importance of positive thinking in one's life. Yes, just like you started in on me and my anxiety. I started in on who? Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody's coming to me. Good morning, Derringer. Glad to have you back today. Let me see who's saying these things. Anyway, backstory, he broke up with his friend over others that make racist jokes, and his friend was okay with it. Thank you for whoever. Oh, thank you, Rose. Yes. That's a lot of pressure. Good workout. Yeah, it was a good morning, Tobiah. It was a very good workout. And I have a question for the basketball players at the table. Isn't he supposed to get a particular size basketball for him? I think the basketball I have for him is too small for his hands. I think I need to go today and upsize his basketball. Suli, the comments are on Facebook. Everybody that's joining me from Facebook, I'm seeing their comments. So you're the only one that's on YouTube right now. That's why you don't see the comments. So after that conversation, after that, I had a wonderful time. I'm very happy that I had this time with him playing basketball, and I'm going to do that more often. I think I need to upsize his basketball. Somebody chime in and let me know. Am I supposed to upsize his basketball? I think his basketball is a little too small. So, why is this? I don't want to show that comment. Anyway, ignore that comment that's on there. I don't know how to hide it. It's showing. Anyway, okay, so what I want to, so I came in and I had a conversation with my niece, and my niece was saying, she made a comment about how you all didn't teach us this. And that's how it brought me to, she was talking about differences in parenting styles between herself and her husband, and how it's really important when you are considering marrying someone, you're considering a life with someone and having kids with someone, that you know their parenting style, or how they view certain parts of parenting, things such as what about discipline? What is your prospective mate's position on corporal punishment? Do we spank the kids? Do we not spank the kids? What do we do? Do we spank the girls but not the boys, or spank the boys but not the girls? Because look, I had that daughter, never got spanked a day in her life, but now I got a son, you want to whoop his ass. No. We got equal rights in this household. You ain't going to spank the girl, you ain't going to spank the boy. That's just not how it's going to be. How about we just get away from spanking? But when it's necessary, that's fine, as long as you distribute the discipline equally. We don't have any sexist treatments in the household, right? But you need to know these things. So that brought me, get him a regular size. Thank you, Tobiah. A regular means, okay, thank you. I don't know what regular is, but if I go to the sports store today, I should be able to see what a regular size basketball is, right? Yeah, I think his is too small. And there's a difference between a girl size basketball and a boy size basketball, right? So that brought me to Stacy's request to talk about crucial conversations. So in the comments, I said we're going to talk about crucial conversations that you need to have with your prospective mates. But really, those lead to the crucial conversations that as parents, we need to have with our children. Now, we don't need to be held responsible for when our children don't listen, because I very clearly pointed out to my niece, like, wait a minute, I'm not sure whether your mother had those conversations with you about differences in household and differences in accepted behavior, but I definitely have those conversations with my children. Excuse me, guys. I definitely have those conversations, especially especially because my children both date outside of their own race. Look, I'm rolling my eyes. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I wish I had some. I wish they were gonna promise me brown skinned babies, but grandbabies. But whatever. I'm okay with it. Whatever, wherever they find love is where they find love, and I'm really okay with that. But especially when you're considering dating outside of your race, dating outside of your socioeconomic status, dating someone who's it basically there's no especially all the time. You need to consider what's important to you and what's important to that other person. Love will not conquer all. Somebody said that. There might be a song about it, but I'm here to testify that love will not conquer all, because 9 times out of 10, nobody knows what love really is. Okay. That's there's ants on my table. I'm sorry. I don't like ants no more than I like, wow, the ants on my table. Oh, because I bought those flowers from that. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Where the hell? These ants? It's only. Okay, I think they got up here from these plants that I picked from outside. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let me get it together. You know I don't like bugs, and whether it's an official bug or not, if it crawls around, it's a bug. Unless it's got 4 legs and it's a dog or a cat, it's a bug. I don't like rodents either, so might as well put those in there with bugs. Okay, regulation size basketball. Thank you, whoever said that. Okay, let's see. There's a difference. I did that whitewater rafting trip 10 years ago. That white bus had me flashing PTSD though thoughts from the 2-day trip. Those fools only supplied us with the life jackets and no helmets or steer guides in the boats. I almost drowned. Wow, that's not good. See, that's why I got to stay away from those trips. Don't touch my baby girl, but tear that boy up if he stepped out of line. That's just how No. That must be Stace. That must be Stace with the sexism. Or was that Steve? Yeah, that's Stace. No. If you gonna beat on my boy, I'm gonna beat on your girl. How about that? Look, don't touch my son if you ain't gonna touch your daughter or our daughter, whichever one it is. Don't do that. I'm not down for that. Okay, these flowers gotta go, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on. I am not down with ants. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm about to have a fit. My table is clean. There's nothing else on here that should be attracting the ants. Oof. I'm not happy about that. Okay. Let's see. Kai, you need to spray your plants before bringing them inside. Oh, okay. What do I spray them with? Because look, my skin is about to be crawling. Size 7, 29, 22 ounce men's and boys ages 15 up. This is official size for high school, college. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Stace. Thank you. I need to take him today. The white Stace. Yeah, Stace said that, Susie. Okay. Poor baby, get some bleach. Get some bleach? What am I gonna do with some bleach? Put it for the ants? Let's just not touch each other's children. There are more healthier ways to discipline instead of leaving them with future trauma to deal with. Good morning, Suli. Yeah. Good morning. So Tobias Suli says good morning. Suli Tobias says good morning. And Suli, you back on Facebook. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? So I agree, Suli. I will say that I spanked my babies. My first 2 got spankings. Because I was raised getting my tail beat with the whooping belt. We had a whooping belt in the house, right? When my mother and father got a divorce, she got the whooping belt in the divorce. Oh, I see, Suli. Okay, because you couldn't see the comments, and I wasn't reading them fast enough. I wasn't getting to them fast enough because once I start rolling with the story, I can't keep up with the comments. And orange oil. Oh, I have some orange oil. Okay, okay. When I was in California, look, we need to get back to the real topic, but hold on. When I was in California, I only had issues with ants during the rainy season. Well, what I realized here is it's not really a rainy season in Maryland. It rains whenever it feels like raining, right? So there's always ants, and I don't know how to deal with that. Like, I don't like ants. Yeah, we got lots of squirrels at the table today, Rose. Zegas is spanking, but it has to be justified. There's no way another man, not his father, would lay a hand on him. I agree with that. If you're not the father of my children, do not put your hands on my children. You can discipline them in any other way. You can sit them down, have a conversation with them. As a matter of fact, one of the issues with my ex, the youngest one's father, because I was married once and then I was in a love relationship with I'm sorry. My mama at the table talking about she didn't beat us. You a lie. And you ain't supposed to call your mama a lie, but don't come to this table lying talking about you didn't spank us. You didn't beat us. Yes, you did. You beat our tail with the whooping belt. Go get your daddy's belt. Come on, Elaine. Be real at this table. I know we at grandmama's table and you supposed to save face, but we gonna be real at this table. We got toe up. I used to get whooped so bad I would pee on myself in the middle of the whooping, talking about you didn't beat us. Girl, look. I don't mean girl. I mean mama. Please. Yes, you did. Don't be faking the funk at this table. We got to be real at this table. Where is my sister when I need her? With a shoe, a belt, a hairbrush, a jump rope. Man, please. Karen, you at the table. Testify, Karen, testify. She talking about spank, yes, beat. No, what's the real difference? It's just the word. Okay? Susie talking about she spanks Z. Yeah, that's a beating. Okay? It's all relative, Elaine. No, but everybody knows that you were not beating me like beating. Yes! With Karen! Thank you! Line us up in age order. And who was the youngest? I was always the last one. I had to watch my siblings get their ass beat. Okay? My daddy would pull the belt off. My mama would pull the belt out. I'm crying as soon as they start unbuckling. I'm at the back of the line, people. Back of the line. It was 7 of us in line, and I'm number 7. Ooh, Lord have mercy. My mama got me on this other squirrel off in another forest. I didn't even just see the squirrel. I went off into another forest. I got beat. The point is, my ex he was married before we got together, and he never spanked his daughter. But when we had our son, he didn't have a problem with spanking the boy. And I was like, wait, I thought you don't spank. I mean, like, part of what attracted me to him was that he was not a spanker. He used other forms of discipline. But now all of a sudden you have a boy. I didn't think to ask, do you have different discipline practices with girls versus boys? That just didn't even cross my mind to ask that question. See, Karen, she about to beat you now. You about to get a beat down. I ain't getting in line. Karen. I ain't getting in line. I got your back. I help you escape, but I ain't getting in line. Thank you. A whooping, a beating, the same thing. We didn't get... Okay, fine. If you want to say you didn't beat us, you didn't beat us. You whooped us, which in today's terms is beat, okay? So, crucial conversations. Do you beat your kids? Are you going to whoop them? Are you going to spank them? What form of discipline do you use? If we are considering having children together, what form of discipline will we both, right now, before there is a seed planted inside of me, Before I am growing this life inside of me, I need to know how we're going to treat this life when it comes out. Do you believe in private education? Do you only believe in private school education? Can we support public schools? Will you insist that our kids go to a private school? I'm going to breastfeed. Do you support me breastfeeding? I had my husband used to get frustrated that he couldn't feed the baby. Like, dude, you ain't got any titties. We agree that breast milk is the best milk for the baby, but yet you're mad because you can't feed the baby. So you want me to compromise the baby's health so that you have the joy and satisfaction of feeding the baby? Come on, man, just wait. Just wait until the baby can take a bottle and you can feed it with a bottle all day long. But you feeding a 2-week-old baby with a bottle interferes with my milk production. Therefore, for the first 6 weeks to 2 months, no, you will not be able to feed the baby. But you can bathe the baby, you can diaper the baby, you can hold the baby, you can rock the baby, you can sing to the baby, but you can't feed the baby because your breasts don't produce milk. I was always first for a beating and would offer to have my sister's beating because she would wail like she was dying. What? Suli, where was you when daddy was pulling out the belt? Because you could have gladly taken my beatings. Gladly. I would have gladly given you my daddy's beatings. My sister was the first. My sister Chanda was the first to get her beatings because she was the oldest one. And then she would go to the top of the stairs and wait around the corner where my dad couldn't see her. And I would get my whooping. And as soon as I climbed up, though, I made my way up the stairs, she would pick me up and hold me and rock me to sleep. And trust that the best sleep comes after your daddy done beat your ass, okay? You sleep like a baby after a beating. And my daddy used to whoop us. My mother knew what she was sending us to. My mother was the security guard sending us to the warden, right? Wait till your daddy gets home. Oh, hell. My daddy would wake us up and beat our tail. Thought you were going to get away from it because you sleep. Oh, no, honey. Daddy would come in. Daddy had you on the agenda. Whoop Kai, sit down and eat dinner. Not saying it was right. We got beat. Right. Not saying it was right, but that was the line of thinking. I tried talking to my child until he turned 8. I never thought of those questions important. Girls are different from boys. Boys are different from girls. So what? No, they ain't different like that. Discipline is discipline. Sorry, I'm a girl. Look. So who said you could have pumped? Is that a man saying that? Is that a man saying that? Breast milk was the best way, and you get up in the middle of the night, he was confused. So you know what? No, he wasn't confused. No, Rose talking about you could have pumped. Girl, no, not in those first couple of weeks because you get nipple confusion when you give them a bottle. Look, this is my breastfeeding little segue. If you give a baby a bottle too soon, they get nipple confusion, and then they won't latch onto you the way it can complicate their latching onto the breast. Milk comes out of a bottle much easier than it comes out of a breast. Babies got to work to get that milk. They don't just lay there and the milk comes out. No, they got to suck and suck and suck and suck. They have to get their mouth jaw muscles going to get that milk to come out. And back when mine were babies, they didn't have the type of nipples that you actually had to work at to get milk out of. I think nowadays there are some that way that are a little bit harder in order to not create the same kind of problems, the nipple confusion, right? So no, those first couple of weeks, you should not pump. You should pump to save, but not pump to use a bottle. And I was a strict breastfeeding, no formula. Anyway, so that was a difficult thing. We got over it. But imagine how much easier it would have been if we had these conversations and planned for these things. What about finances? Well, how do you handle your finances? We all want to shy away from conversations about money, but no. How much money do you owe? What's your credit score? How much money do you owe in student loans? My man, somebody asked me that, I might not ever get married. Be like, I love you, but you owe too much in student loans, and I don't see forgiveness coming from the government anytime soon, so I'm going to have to love you from afar. What are some other... Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tobias. So, look, I ain't about to debate with you, Rose, on the breastfeeding, girl. I'm the breastfeeding goddess. You can have all those conversations, but it all goes... I don't think... Thank you, Karen. The kids are kids and have no choice. And you set me up one time, Rose Wellington, for an ass whooping. Ass wiping. He didn't even call it a whooping. He called it a wiping. That might be a better way to describe it, though, Derringer. That might be a better way to describe it. What about spiritual practice? Exactly. Look, it seems like somebody should have been telling me all of these things, because remember I told y'all I married a Jehovah's Witness. It didn't even dawn on me that would cause problems in our relationship. But the first Easter that I spent at his house, and there were no Easter egg hunt, there was nothing, I was depressed. I was sad and depressed and felt so alone, because nobody in that house knew why it was important to have an Easter celebration. And I would not have known, because he was faking the funk when he celebrated Christmas with me, and he celebrated my niece's birthday with me. But when we moved back to where his family was, all of that went out the door. Just like Rose says, all of that went out the door. And I'm like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? You don't celebrate Christmas? We had a Christmas tree. We went to St. Louis for Christmas and we gave presents. Well, when I look back at it, I realized he just gave me money. I went and bought the presents, but in my mind, that's we bought presents. In his mind, I just gave you money. And I just went along for the ride. But could you have made that clear? What is really important is, what medical issues do you or your family have? Yeah. What medical issues do you have? I tell you what, I'm worried about the person who comes to me now, like, look, I got this and this and this and this. You sure you want a second date? I had a friend that's with someone that said he couldn't marry her until she was debt free. They have been together for 11 years and now she doesn't want to marry. I wouldn't want to marry that fool either. You gonna pay off my bills? Look, I understand we have to talk about finances, but if you don't want to marry me until we're debt free, we will never get married. And I'm not staying with you because I'm wasting my time. I'm going to marry somebody who will take me and all of my faults, including my debt, because I'm going to pay my debt. How did I do that? Oh, Derringer. Yes. You meet their representative. I met his representative. He was such a different person when he was away from his family. So you want to get an idea about somebody, go spend time with their family, and don't think that he's the outlier. No. He's the representative. And as soon as you get married, you realize he's not the outlier. You met the representative. And now you're stuck with someone who's not representing anymore. I'm good, right, with dating. So much dang work with all these insecure men who can't even hike. Yeah, they can't hike. They can't get on the water. We were broke when we got together and we're still broke. Wait, who says that? Oh. Hey, but this is the thing. If you both knew your financial situation and you accepted each other's financial situation, then that is not going to be what breaks your relationship apart. Obviously, because how long have you been married? Whatever your financial situation is, you have that conversation. What are some other conversations that you think are very important for you to have with a mate, prospective mate? And then also for you to encourage, you have to have these conversations with your kids. Like, this is, my niece said, her mom said, be careful who you marry. Well, maybe that's not explicit enough. Now, I'm not blaming my sister, because I'm pretty sure my sister probably went off a lot about what that meant. I'm pretty sure she did, right? These kids just don't listen, y'all. You know, these kids just don't listen. And then later on in life, they want to blame you because they didn't listen. Shut up, mama. Shut up, mama. I am playfully telling my mother to shut up. Mama, don't call me talking about, don't tell your mother to shut up. Everybody at this table knows that I'm being playful. Don't be getting all offended because I said, shut up, mama. You can, Tobias said, you can, nah, man, Tobias, we don't have time to be whipping people into shape. That's too much energy. That's too much energy. Who's going to 21 years, Karen? That's a long time. Wait, who calling somebody? Look, Derringer, we ain't calling folks asshole at my table. Who is that? Who is saying that? That's not Derringer talking about his sister that way. Good morning, Darian. I see you. Somebody on here got to get off my page. Oh, thank you. Okay, Derringer, we are respectful at the table. We don't call each other names, okay? We love you at the table, but we will call you out when you sidestep at the table. So don't sidestep, okay? You can call Rose out all you want to. That's what we do at this table, but we can't call names, not even jokingly. And I know you love your sister, so I know that word was used with yeah. I know he's playing. That's what I was going to say. I know that word was meant with very much love, but since the two of you know that inside relationship and the rest of us don't, be careful so that the rest of us don't read it the wrong way. Derringer like, dang. This is grandmother's table. Oh, okay, Derringer, so you have to remember this is grandmother's table. So we don't use language. We don't talk about each other like that at grandmother's table, okay? Anyway, thank you. I hope you are okay. Thank you. Thank you. Receive it well, Derringer. We haven't kicked you out the room. I was just making sure it wasn't some stranger coming to the table like, hold on. We ain't gonna be dogging Rose like that. Now you her brother, so you can talk about it, but just with a little bit nicer language. Sex practice and desires. That's right. So I was watching a movie. What was the movie? Brothers. And I was watching it yesterday. What's the guy's name? D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley's character just wanted his wife to go down on him. He wanted his wife to give him head, to cunnilingus, okay? He wanted his wife. I'm not going to say it how he said it because I think it is such a crass, trashy way to say it, but that's what he wanted, right? And they separated because his wife would not go down on him. Oral sex, that's what we'll say. His wife would not perform oral sex with him. If that's important to your mate, you might want to be willing, or he may want to understand that you're not willing. You need to have that conversation. Do you expect that from your mate? Because some men don't perform oral sex, and some women really only love oral sex. I have a girlfriend who's like, I want oral sex. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I need. For me to orgasm, that's what I need. The rest is for him, but I want oral sex. So what about if she got with someone who wasn't into fellatio? Thank you, Darian. I knew there was another word. What if she was in a relationship with someone who absolutely disagreed with oral sex? Morally speaking, that's not God's way. Missionary style. That's it. Missionary style. I've been with my husband was that way, missionary style. Like, come on, man. Anyway, I didn't know any better. I was young, so I didn't know any better. But there are people who have specific needs. How about you talk about that? How about you talk about it? And before you actually ever engage in sex, how about you want to play like an adult, have an adult conversation? Have an adult conversation and talk to your kids about it. I used to tell my daughter, you're ready to have sex when you're ready to have a conversation about sex. If you can't have a conversation about sex, you're not ready for it. If you are shy about speaking to your partner about what you want or need or want to explore, that's not the partner for you. And you're you're not ready for that experience. And if you cannot sit at the table with me and have a conversation about sex, you're not ready to have sex. Because at the point where you're ready to have sex, you're ready to talk about it. And you can come talk to your mama about, Mama, I think I'm going to have sex. Now, look, I ain't going to talk to my mama about sex, but I didn't raise my children that way. We didn't talk about birds and bees. We talked about masturbation. We talked about everything. Who says they're not seeing all the comments? Somebody is. I'm not seeing all the comments. Right. So, I'm trying to go back and forth between these, go back and forth between my Facebook users. A leopard does not change his spots, meaning if a person tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Also date long enough and meet their family. Meet their family. Again, when you meet the family and all of the family is crazy, don't think your man ain't crazy and he just somehow escaped the family curse of crazy. No, he's just not showing you his crazy yet. Stay long enough for him to show his crazy. Steve says, I know a couple where she refused to give oral sex, so she would bring in a prostitute once a month to hook him up. Okay, see, I don't really know that that's necessarily what I would agree with. So much dang work, yeah, Suli. It's a lot of work. Love is not sex. Sex is the benefit of love. Exactly. It's the icing on the cake, right? It's not the cake. It's not the cake. I used to tell people I don't even like icing. Now that I make my own cupcakes, I do like icing. But I used to tell people, look, you better make sure you give me the cake. If you don't give me the cake, I'm not taking the icing. Right. How about find out what you want first before you let someone make up your mind? Exactly. Exactly. They have all kinds of practices out there. And I'm sorry, let me not screw up my face because I'm not going to judge anybody who participates in any of these tactics and any of these practices. But it's some things I've heard about that I'm like, okay, that's just nasty. That's just nasty. I mean, have we heard of hepatitis? How you going to be licking on somebody's butthole? Like, hepatitis much? Come on, man. Anyway, but that's what some people do. And if that's what you do, that's what you do. It gives you satisfaction. That's on you. But have that conversation. Don't tell your wife to lick your butthole and you haven't told her that's what you're into and she hasn't agreed to it. All right, I could not say butthole. I could say anus. Suli, you're only seeing your friends' comments. Are you coming to me from the group page, Suli? So, Suli, the reason there's some comments, I'm not sure how everybody's joining. You came to me. Oh, I know why you're not seeing the other comments, because probably you came from the page and you're not in the groups. You're not in the group. If you come in from the group, then you're going to see everybody's comment who's in the group. But since I can see your name, Suli, then I'm assuming that you came in from the page because I don't see the name of the other people who come in from the group. Elaine said, I'm sure that's Elaine that says, my grands don't have issues with talking to me about anything. But you know why that is? That's because your grands mamas raised them to not be shy about conversations about sex. And you and I both know one of your grands were like, wait, hold on. Prepare me, please. Prepare me, please. When Christian Mack gets to talking, it's like, please let me know that I need to put on my big girl pants so that I can hear what you're about to tell me. I love it, though. I love how comfortable he is. Stace, you're coming from the page as well. That's why you're not seeing the comments from the group. This reminds, so maybe what I need to do is decide whether to come in from the group or come in from the page. I have to decide that. I think I might start coming from the page more. I got to decide it. Guys, you know, I'm all over the place trying to figure out what works the best. I do like going live to the multiple streams because there may be someone on YouTube at some point, you know, but I don't know. It doesn't take long to see crazy. You're right. No, it's not that they're not seeing the people who are on YouTube. It's that some people, Darren says the visibility of comments is intermittent. Some show and some don't. You know, I think what it is, Darian, is that some people are coming from the Facebook page and some people are coming from the Facebook group. So you're not going to see everybody's comment. You're going to see only the comments from the platform that you're joining from. People are good at talking people into things. They are. They are. Who's here now? You have to trust your child to talk with you, right? we reveal ourselves at the get-go. We have to observe. I think that okay, see, there you go, Suli. So now I think you're in the group now, because I don't see your name. I just see your I just see your comments. So I think that we have to decide, and everybody's crucial conversations are not going to be the same. So we have to decide what's really important to us. And now all of the things that we've all just talked about, I think everybody at the table can agree that that's a crucial conversation I need to have. I need to talk about medical. I need to talk about medical health history, right? Are you marrying into a family where everybody has heart disease and dies before the age of 55? I mean, is that really what you want? That's a consideration. Do you love this person enough to only have them until they're 55 years old and possibly have children with them who will likely have or may possibly have the same kind of genetic issues that he has or she has? Plagued with the same diseases. Some diseases you absolutely don't want to procreate with. There's some things out there that if you know the other person has this disease or this genetic defect, a genetic anomaly, you don't want to procreate. It would be dangerous for the child or dangerous for you. Sometimes you have to have those conversations. And it's interesting. So at what point do you have those conversations? At what point do you have the crucial conversations? So we talk about sex, we talk about finances, we talk about religion, we talk politics. What about politics? What about politics? Where do you stand politically? And not just I voted for Trump, if you voted for Trump, just don't even come to the second date. As a matter of fact, don't even come to the first date. Don't even ask me for a date. How about that? Not just that, not just I vote Democrat, not just that. Where do you stand on specific issues? Where do you stand on marijuana legalization? Do you agree with medicinal cannabis? Do you agree with recreational cannabis? Those are two different things. Because, there's this war on drugs, right? There's this war on drugs. And for the longest, I would not agree with any cannabis. And then one day I went up to my son who agreed with cannabis, right? And I was hurting so bad, I was like, look, I need you to give me something. Look, I was fiending, like I was a crack addict or something. Like, I need something. I don't even care what it is. I need you to give me something. What are you talking about, Mama? Just whatever. Just give me something. He was probably sitting there like, Mama, I've been trying. And he actually was. I've been trying to convince you to take cannabis for your pain. I've been trying to convince you. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, now I'm ready. Just get me whatever you think will work. Anything. I don't even care at this point. I'm hurting and your mama needs something today. And at this point, I'm absolutely fine with medicinal cannabis. Now, I don't want to be around you if recreationally that's what you're doing. Now, I'm not saying I can't be your friend. I am saying that I can't be your life partner. If you run around getting high all the time, if you occasionally, once in a while, get high, I might not be mad at you. But if that's what you do on a regular basis, no, I don't want to be with you. What about your drinking habits? What about your eating habits? Do you have healthy eating habits? And how important is that to me that you and I share the same type of eating style? Like, for example, Terrell and Rose, they don't have the same eating practices. And yet, Tobias, you need to send me a picture of whatever cream works for you, so I can try to find it. And yet they don't have the same eating practices, and yet they're happily married. That was not a deal breaker for them. But is it a deal breaker for you? If you're vegan, 100% vegan, and you're vegan because of, you're vegan. Suli, you starting to sound like Steve. What are your bathing habits, right? Suli, I think you weren't here today where I had to admit that depression had taken over and I hadn't hopped my ass in the shower in 2 days, right? Now you talking about what are your bathing habits. I took a bath, Suli. I took a bath. I showered today, okay? I came to you straight from the shower. I know you weren't talking about me, but maybe you were. Eyes clean, y'all. Eyes clean. Damn, depression I just think for real, Kai, some men are yucky. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, Stuli. But yeah, and for women too. I have a girlfriend. She was a girlfriend in college. She stank like fish every single day, every day. I could not imagine how anybody would ever be with her, even just sit next to her. And this was every day for years. Who says I don't date women? Oh, I'm like, wait, who doesn't date women? Okay, you're right, too. I see. Yes, Suli, you done date women, but I'm talking about the men at the table need to check on their partner's hygiene. What's your hygiene? Do you come into the room, sweat master funky, and sit on my couch? I had a boyfriend one time who she had lifelong BV. Lifelong BV. Lifelong. And you know her. Who is that, Rose? Yeah, you know her, Rose. I ain't gonna call her out at this table, but you know her. We went to high school together. Anyway, I ain't gonna call her out like that, but she was nasty. So these are conversations that, it's not going to get better when you get together. Oh, so now you're together and he's going to start cleaning better. My ex, I didn't like the way he cleaned. He would water down the soap. He would take the palm olive, use the palm olive up, and then just add water to the palm olive. I'm like, that's not soap anymore. That's just water. It's just greasy water. It's soapy water. It's not soap. Like, nah, man, please don't add water. We're not trying to make the soap stretch. Both of us can afford palm olive. Okay, let's just go buy more palm olive. Some things can improve. Do you not want to be with the person who doesn't put the cap back on the toothpaste? Well, I mean, you might be by yourself for the rest of your life. Hardly anybody puts the cap back on the toothpaste. I do. I put the cap on the toothpaste. Do you reveal or do you wait for the question? Is it on the other person to volunteer info or is it on you to ask? That's a good question. And that brings me back to, when do you offer up information? When do you ask these questions? I think, Darian, it's on you to ask, because you're sizing that person up, whether that person, whether that's somebody that you can actually see yourself with long term. Now, it depends. Actually, let me take that back. It depends on what's your goal. Like, if you're just dating just to date, well, you maybe don't have to ask any questions because you're never going to live with that person. But if you're dating for a long-term commitment, for partnership, I think you need to get these things out of the way in the very beginning. I have a conversation about my stomach issues at the very beginning. Maybe not on date 1, but at least by date 2. Because this is something we all need to understand. When I say I got to go to the bathroom, I'm going to need you to make way, clear the space for me. And I'm going to need you not to make it a big deal. And Darian, because you know me a long time, you don't ever make a big deal. I remember one time calling you, like, open the door. I'm on my way. I'm around the corner. I need the bathroom. I show up and my boy Darian is like, got the door wide open. Like, there you go, go. Those are the kind of friends you have. It's my brother, man. Those are the kind of friends you need. And that's what you need in a partner. Somebody who really understands you. I think it's important that you ask. Okay, well, are you married might be something you ask before even the first date. Okay. Bear in mind that a person may not have had anyone to guide or share with them how to be clean or what good hygiene is, or that they should talk to a doctor in case the issue is medical. Okay, why I got to bear that in mind? If you look, mama, if you are this age and you don't know how to clean yourself, I'm not about to teach you. I'm not about to have you understand. You said Wayne and I didn't date. How did you not date? Y'all dated, right? I don't understand that. Am I misunderstanding you, Karen? How did you not date? You just met him and went to chapel and got married? I don't understand. Ask as many questions in the first few dates. You know, it's and I think that it's hard because I want a relationship to grow organically. But at the same time, I don't want to spend the next year meeting your representative. I want to just ask you the pointed questions. So what are the major questions that you think you need to ask? Sometimes, Karen, you don't know if you stink or not. You get so used to your funk that you don't think you're funky. You don't even smell your own funk. Some people don't smell their own funk, Karen. Or some people think their funk smells good. Because I was enjoying my funk during my depressive days. I was like, yeah, you stink, Kyle, but that stink ain't that bad. I'm just playing. I'm just over looking for a partner for now. The whole game is exhausting and putting 1 and 2 together when they don't want it together. We as adults are even mature to date. Yeah. Oops. Suli, I love you. We are so connected and so in the same space. And I think I'm almost 10 years older than you, and we are in the exact same space. And I think when I reached 40, I was exactly where you are now. And then I dated. But I think it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. But Tobias said it yesterday. Don't give up on love. Love happens. It happens. It happens when you're not looking for it. And I think the best thing that you can do right now, and the best thing that I'm doing right now, is I'm just out here living for myself. I'm not thirsty. I'm not looking for a partner. I'm not out here looking for a man to become my husband. I'm not looking for that. And I'm being authentically me. So I have somebody who asked me for a virtual date. And I'm like, I just need you to understand that I'm not dressing up for this date. And if you're okay with that, come on, I'm fine. We can do a virtual date, but I'm not doing myself up. I'm coming just like this. This is what you get. And if you're okay with getting this, and if you're okay with just having real conversations with me, then fine, we can do a date. That's fine with me. But I'm not okay with playing this game anymore. So I'm coming absolutely, Kai, 100% of the time from the very beginning. And I cannot say that I've done that my entire life. I can say that I have probably done that mostly. But I've also put on my best outfit, not best, but I put myself together, done my hair right, made sure I had a little makeup on, make sure I was doing, man, whatever. Come to my feed. You want to learn who I am? Come to my feed. This is who Kai is. If you don't like this Kai, you're not going to like the Kai that sits in front of you on the couch or sits at the table with you for dinner, because this is who she is. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what you need to do, Suli. You need to have a tea time with Suli. No, you need a supper with Suli. So you need to, or gardening with Suli. And when you do your gardening with Suli, we can all join in. And then anytime somebody's like, "Ooh, mama, you so fly. Can I get your number?" You're like, "Look, go on my feed. Look at my stuff. See if that's who you like. See what you have. Answer the questions, because I'm going to put an application up there. Answer the questions. And then we can consider having a virtual date." Maybe that's what we need to do. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you wasting my time. I'm here for life. You're right. I'm here for my son and healing. Right. And that is when you're going to find that person who is there for you. Tobias says, I proposed to my wife after dating for 3 months. Right. See? When you are 100% you. And Erica says, is monogamy required? That's a question. Because if your partner is all about numbers, the numbers game, there are women out there who think they need a man for each different aspect of their life. I need a man who does this, and that might not be the same man who does that, and that might need to be the same man who does this. So I could be satisfied with 3 men in my life. I'm not speaking about myself. I am just saying there are women who think that. I need a man who can fix my car. I need a man who can go to the opera with me. Those 2 men don't have to be the same. I need a roughneck. I need a polished person. I need an educated person, whatever. I need somebody who's financially sound, who can financially support me. That might not be the roughneck, but I want both. I'm not talking about me. I'm giving an example here. So anybody on this feed watching me, don't think you're getting to know me that much. I'm not talking about me. Right. Can you hike? I need the man who can hike with me. For me, I need you to dance with me. If you cannot dance with me, I had a guy one time who told me, I think I told you guys about this at the table before. I need a guy who can dance with me. And I had this guy he was from Cameroon. He was so beautiful. He was so beautiful. We started going out and he told me that any wife of his couldn't dance in Carnival. And I'm like, okay, well, that's it. That's it then. That's it. I don't need to go out with you. He was like, well, no, but my girlfriend can. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not trying to be your girlfriend for life. This is not my goal. And if I know already that as your wife, you would not allow me, first of all, you don't get to allow me to do anything. But let's say you could. And you wouldn't allow me to dance in Carnival? Do you know that Carnival gives me life? Do you know that dancing down the middle of the street half-ass naked gives me life? Do you know that music gives me life? Soca music feeds my soul. I cannot explain, and to some people at the table, I don't need to. I know Tabaya, you know what I'm saying 100%. I know because I met you through Soca. So I know you know what I'm saying. Elaine, I know you know what I'm saying because you're the one who introduced me to African music and soca music. I know you know. And Rose, you danced in Carnival. I know you know what I'm saying. And everybody else, Suli, I know you know what I'm saying. And the others of you, maybe you're familiar, you may know, but it gives me life like no other music can. And you're telling me I'm not even perfect with it. I can't even move my body the way half of these Carnival dancers move their body. I can't even do that. Why? Because I've got physical issues that get in the way of me doing that. And when I wind it up, I'm going to be icing it down, okay? For the next 3 to 4 days, I'm going to be icing it down, and I'm going to be on some meloxicam and some CBD cream. I'm going to be on painkillers for a week after Carnival, but I'm going to have life in that moment. I'm going to feel alive. You're telling me that any wife of yours wouldn't be able to dance in Carnival? Oh, no, let me clarify. He said I could dance in Carnival, but I wouldn't be able to wear the Carnival costume. I would have to wear like pants and a shirt. I'm like, come on, man. What? So let me be clear that you would want me to be the only fool in Carnival fully clothed. Yeah, Kai, you could set a new trend. I'm not trying to set a new trend. I'm trying to be half-ass naked just like everybody else. That gives me life. Why? When I went to Miami and I did Carnival in Miami, more so than San Francisco, more so than in San Francisco, and more so than in Los Angeles, there was every size of woman in Miami Carnival. Every size. From the itty bitty 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 to the big old woman. Okay? Every size. Everybody in the bikini with everything hanging out. Women dancing with women, and I am not in any way gay. But put on some Carnival and I'm going to be dancing on a woman, dancing on a man, dancing on a pole, dancing on the floor, dancing on the chair. I'm dancing, period. I'm whining with anything and anybody that's going to whine with me. Because it is about the fun and the life and the joy. And it is not about your body size. It's not about your style of dance. It is not about any of that. It gives life, and life is respected. And you, as you are, no matter what your size is, you could be 300 pounds, you could be 50 pounds. I mean, you know, if you're a grown person and you're 50 pounds, I hope you're really, 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 really short, okay? Right, pants and shorts for Carnival. What the heck? Yeah, right, it's crazy. So you have to have these conversations. I ended the relationship. It hadn't even gotten started, but there is no point. There is no point in us going further. This is when I had just found my Carnival connection, maybe two years into finding my Carnival connection. And you telling me You would want me to stop? Man, are you crazy? For me, for Suli, it might be somebody who hikes with you. It might be somebody who does the water, the canoeing, or the water stuff with you. That may be very important to me. As somebody, can you dance with me? You don't even have to be a good dancer. Just dance with me. That's it. If you are not willing to, then I need you to have a look. If you can dance, I'm gonna fall in love. That's that song. That's some song I'm thinking of. You're gonna make me fall in love. Yeah, I will fall in love if you can just dance with me. And you're a good person. You have to know the things that are important to you and don't compromise on those things. So ask those questions. Have those conversations. Well, another conversation that some of us don't think about. If we have kids and we both are in a car accident and we die, who takes care of our children? Have that conversation before you have the kids, before you get married. Because what if you think his mama is crazy and he wants his mama to take care of the kids? Are you going to agree to that? See, Tobiah, you met your husband your wife at Carnival. See, she's probably looking fabulous too. I seen your wife at Carnival. She was looking delicious, I'm sure. Tobiah's like, that's the one I need right there. She was looking classy and delicious. Because everybody's looking good at Carnival, right? But there are some people who just stand out. Who's going to raise the children if something happens to me? Sometimes it's a matter of showing up, not necessarily participate. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true, Darian. I have been with people. Sometimes it's even with dancing with me. Sometimes it's, look, I've gone dancing with you. You can't dance the way I dance, but you are there. Like, okay, you do whatever you want to do. And if you're down with that, that works for me too. Our dancing skill does not have to match. But you need to let me have my fun. That's the key. You got to let me have my fun. And you have to enjoy me having my fun. I remember I danced with this one guy I was dating. I was like, look, stop moving. Because he couldn't dance. I'm like, you just stop moving. Let me dance. You just stand here, appreciate what I'm doing. Stop moving. I'm wondering, Kai, did we meet at Kim's hip hop class? No, because I don't take hip hop classes. So I know for sure I don't do hip hop dancing. I do soca, reggae, and I mean, hip hop music is fine, but I am not fueled by hip hop the way I'm fueled by soca, Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean music, and Latino music, Latin music. I knew when I saw her, 20 years and counting. Yeah. Your wife carries herself in a way that I think you would have been a fool not to see her and recognize that that's the woman that could be your wife. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that because you're on the table and I know you, but I've seen she carries herself in a very admirable way. Yeah. It's not that he had two left feet, Tobiah. He had no rhythm. He had just no rhythm. So, like, look, just stand still. Just stand still. Just be still, please. I will lose all respect for you if you can't keep the beat. I just really need you to keep the beat. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Even if it's just sway back and forth, just keep the beat. Who will raise the children? That was a big deal. Look, honestly, when I was considering if something happened to me, I didn't even want Etienne's dad raising him. I was like, I want my sister to raise him. He's like, what? Why wouldn't I? Because you crazy, man. You crazy. I need him to be brought up right. I know. We should have had that discussion before we decided to have the baby, right? I didn't think about that. I'm so much smarter now. So much smarter now that I've had 5 months to sit with myself. Sit with myself and come to learn who I am. So what are some conversations that what are some conversations, we're not going to stay on for too much longer, but what are some conversations that you wish you had that maybe it's something you're going along with someone and then some crazy snuck in and you're like, oh, come on. I thought this was right. I thought we were on the same page, but clearly we're not on the same page. What's an example of that in your life? Anybody? Look, I'm still looking for ants. Right? There's no more. Wayne and I talked about who would take Phoenix. Then when she was about 12, she told us she had picked another set of parents just in case. She even asked them. It was a better choice than we picked. They were okay with. Wow. Wow. Phoenix has got it going on. Phoenix is like, look, let me help y'all out. This is who I want to go with. I've talked to them. They have agreed. Can we sign these papers? Phoenix is bright, bright, bright. I love it. I love it. She's like, look, I don't want to be with them people you chose for me. I want to be with these people. Our kids know, right? Our kids know. Let them choose. That's why at that age, kids should have some say, right? When they're 5, 6 years old, they don't need to. Yes, what you thought you were okay with, but realized you weren't. Mental problems. Oh, that would be a hard one. That would be a hard one. To think that you can accept it. And what if someone has high anxiety? Yeah. So it's interesting that you mentioned mental problems, and maybe that's another crucial conversation. Have you ever suffered from anxiety? Honestly, so I was watching a little short excerpt. There's this guy who interviews people who have particular disabilities on, I guess he has a YouTube channel or something. I don't remember. But he popped up on my feed, and his partner has 5 mental illness diagnoses. 5. He is so excited to be with her. And I like that I saw this interview, because when I saw he was interviewing his partner. So when I've seen him interview other people with disabilities, I've often questioned whether that was really his personality, or was he just, putting on a show for the camera. And as I watched him interview his life partner, and I understand that she has 5 mental health illnesses, diagnoses, then I realized, okay, he's not just putting on a show for the camera in the other episodes. This is actually who he is. So that actually gave me more confidence in the goodness of this person, and the concern that he has for for people with disabilities being understood. Expectations after having a baby. I wanted to go back to work. Or if it is your life or your unborn child, what do you want your partner to do? Yeah. Oh my God, that is so important, right? Do I save the baby, or do I save you? What do I do? And agree on that. Because what if your choice is save the baby? Like, what if I, as the woman, say, look, let me go save the baby. And then he lets the baby die and saves me. Would I be able to recover from that? Or what if the choice is save me, don't save the baby? Well, now, if that's the choice and he saves the baby, I have nothing to say about it because I'm dead. So no repercussions there. But maybe you just want to know in advance. What profession? I wonder how that could be. Crucial. Maybe you think you want a doctor in your life, but yet the responsibility of a doctor, the time obligations for a doctor, maybe that isn't going to work for you. Maybe you think you can have a type A personality, you can date a lawyer, doctor, judge, whatever, all of these high intense professions that require a lot of time, a CEO, maybe that's what you think you want. And then you get into that relationship with someone and you realize that they don't have time for you because they're totally invested in their work. And you are a person whose love language is quality time. How does that work? Steve says, can't do mental health and alcoholism, drugs, just being tea time honest. Yeah. I had someone who had hepatitis who wanted to date me. And I'm like, I had another person who told me he had herpes. Like, no. It's the end of that. I'm glad that you're okay, and I know that there's ways around it, but I'm in my mind I'm just not okay with it. So, I still love you. We're cool, but I can't date you. Also, do you smoke? Not even just cannabis, but smokers. Also, do you want children? Are equally important. If there are medical issues, can you be all right not to have children in order not to pass on the genetic trait? Right. Or would not having children end our relationship or would you be okay to adopt? Can we adopt children? For this to ask, know yourself to be with people that are gone all the time. For this to ask what they would do. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I put two comments together. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. What they would do feel in a hypothetical disagreement. You have to know yourself to be with people that are gone all the time, right? Yeah. Cops are hard, right? Are they narcissists? Haha, someone to ask me who had herpes. I almost had and I almost ran out of it. Look, the guy who had herpes. I wonder if I talked about this table. You know, y'all, because I don't come scripted to the table, I cannot remember half the time the things that I talk about. So there's a guy that I was dating. He was like 70 years old. And I was like 40 something. He wasn't far from 70. He probably wasn't really 70, but he wasn't far from it. I met him online and he had lied about his age. And I showed up and I told you guys about this guy, I think. Anyway, you probably don't remember because I don't remember telling you. He showed up to our first date and he was like, he had his shirt open like Miami Vice, right? His shirt is all, he was a skinny man, skinny white man, right? His shirt all open. And his chest looked like leather, which means you've been in the sun way too long, way too much sun exposure, right? So his chest looked like leather. He had this big old gorgeous house and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful house in Mill Valley, California. And if you all don't understand, his house was well worth more than $2 million. Yeah, well worth more than $2 million. And I had free reign to come and go in this house when I wanted to, right? He's like, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out to dinner. Just meet me at the house. The door's open. Like, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? In your $2 million house, and the door is open all the time. It's unlocked. So that's fine. So I go, so he had, he's trying to wine and dine me, this old ass white man. Ugh. And I just was trying to be wine and dine at the time. I was feeling like a Southern belle, right? I was feeling like we were never intimate. I could never bring myself to cross that bridge. Even before I found out about the herpes. There was never a kiss, never, I don't want to hold your hand. I really don't want to touch you. I just want you to take me to this Macy Gray movie. The performance. I just want you to take me to dinner. I don't really want to touch you. And some people in my life, Darian Avellino, was like, date the old man, Kai, date the old man. I'm like, I can't date the old man, but I'm gonna just have fun, miniature golfing, going out to dinner, doing whatever. Date the old man, Kai. So we're supposed to go out to dinner. I would go over to his house as if it's mine. And I'm sitting up in his garden, in the tiered garden. I'm in the third tier, and I'm sitting there having lemonade. And he comes home, because we're supposed to be meeting there. He comes home, he sits in the chair, and he's talking about his ex, the mother of his children, his one child. He had 2 exes, 3 children with one, and the youngest one was with this other woman. So he's talking about the mother of the youngest child. And he's blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting here like I'm, like I'm royalty, sitting there enjoying myself, being all fly and fabulous in my tiered garden, and drinking my lemonade and watching the water, because you could, from the third tier, you could see the bay. Beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and I'm just enjoying my space, and we're in conversation, and I'm trying to convince myself to like this guy because his bathroom is as big as my damn house. So I'm trying to convince myself to like him. And I had taken the first day I met him, the first time I went to his house, I took a girlfriend with me because I was like, I don't know him like this. You got to come with me. And she went in that bathroom. She was like, could I just move into the bathroom? Like, I could just live in here. And you guys could have the whole rest of the house. Just let me live in the bathroom. I was trying my best to convince myself to like him. It wasn't working, but I liked that house, and I liked his sailboat. I liked his fancy cars, but it was not working for me to like him because he was old and I didn't want to be seen in public with him. I just wanted to be at his house, So I was working on it. So he says, he's talking blah, 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 and I'm enjoying being treated like a princess, blah, 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 a queen, blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, but she's suing me. I'm like, oh, well, what's the problem? He's like, well, she says I gave her herpes. And I was like, and I had a cup in my hand that I'm about to be drinking lemonade out of. And I was like, oh, put the cup down. Like, oh, okay, but you don't have herpes. He's like, no, I do have herpes. I'm like, oh, okay. I think that was our last date. Like, I sat there cool though, right? Because I was still trying to be the queen, enjoying the space, enjoying the time. And I sat there cool, like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's terrible. Well, that's terrible. Look, I didn't even know how to continue the conversation without acting like a grown up and acting like it's not that big of a deal. But it was a big deal, dude. You got herpes. I cannot convince myself to like you now. And the only reason I've been going out with you is because I've been trying to convince myself to like you. So now I can't because you got herpes. Without herpes, you got 3 strikes against you. 2 against you. You're old as hell. But I was thinking, he's old, so maybe he's going to die soon, and then I get the house and the boat, Yeah, that was the end of that. A couple of years later, he sent me a picture, an email of his wedding picture. I'm married now. That's great. Why are you telling me? I don't care about your marriage. I hope you're happy. Fine, move on. Yes, girl, I was really trying to convince myself. That didn't work, and I moved on. There are certain things that we can't handle. But now I know people in my life who have, suffer now from a herpes infection given to them by a partner who knew they had it and did not share that they had it, and therefore did not take the right precautions. So I'm not saying that everybody with herpes is bad. I'm saying that just for me, that's something scary. And if I don't like you already, if I'm trying to convince myself already, I'm definitely not getting ready to deal with that. Not getting ready to. And I'm not sure that if you tell me you have that when we first meet, that I'm going to be okay even exploring further. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm petty or whatever. It's okay. But we know, you know where you stand. So you need to have those conversations, right? You need to not shy away. Don't hope that as we get to know each other, part of getting to know each other is asking these difficult conversations or having these difficult conversations, because those difficult conversations are crucial to the success of whatever relationship you have. And having those crucial conversations help, having the conversations with your kids about what to talk about. Don't be shy about it. Talk to your kids. Good morning, son. I'm getting ready to finish my tea time. We're talking about crucial conversations that we need to have with our kids and with people that we think about dating. He doesn't want to have a conversation. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm going back to my room. Don't be afraid to have the conversations that don't worry about a conversation that may push somebody away. For the people who are single at the table, sometimes we shy away from having a conversation because you just like, look, I'll talk about that later. No, don't talk about it later. Talk about it now. We're too old for this. We are too old. We are not in our 20s. We're too old to waste time not talking about something that would be a deal breaker. So know yourself enough to know what your deal breakers are. What are the things that you absolutely cannot deal with? And let's not be superficial and petty. We're not talking about superficial, petty things. Everybody comes with flaws. Everybody comes with issues. We are not saying expect perfection from everybody that you meet and expect that the person you meet has not lived a life prior to coming to know you, prior to meeting you. We have all lived our lives, and we have a multitude of experiences, both good and bad. And we are all bag ladies and bag men with that regard. We all bring that with us because that baggage, it may not be weighing us down, but it has definitely shaped us into who we are. And there are some things that people can unlearn. Absolutely, they can unlearn. The question is, do you have time to help them unlearn? Do you have interest in helping someone unlearn? And is it part of the crucial If it is part of the crucial, maybe you don't want to spend time trying to help somebody unlearn how to be an asshole. They can't come to you so damaged that you're spending all of your time trying to repair their damage. A friend of mine one time asked me 20 years ago, Kai, why you always got to be Captain Save-A-Ho? You don't have to be Captain Save-A-Ho. You can help people become better people without dating them. There have been people in my life that I've been interested in and come to find out early on they need therapy, and I'm not spending my time with someone who is this dang insecure. But I tell you what you need is therapy. And I would suggest that you go get therapy and you work on your insecurities. And in the meantime, we can be friends. And that's it. I respect what's going on with you, but it's not a burden I want to carry. I got my own burden and I can't carry that burden. And then there are other people who only have a couple little issues. All right, Stace, we're getting off. Stace, have a wonderful, glorious day. We will see you here tomorrow. Same time, same place, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So not the same time today, but our weekday time. I'm good with the helping. They need to do that on their own. Yeah. But Suli, there are some things that there's going to be adjustments, right? You're adjusting and they're adjusting, and then you come together. But you can't be fixing. There's a difference. You can't be fixing someone else. You guys can both adjust together so that you come together and your bond is strong. But it's not a bond, right? So you missed yesterday's talk. It's not a bond. You are two pillars. It's like the water flowing between the shores, beating up against two shores. But you come together, you work together, you adjust together. I'm not fixing anybody. And you can't fix me. You accept me and we adjust, or you move on. I will accept you and expect some adjusting. If you're not willing to adjust, all right, well, then move on. Looks like I missed some poetry yesterday. Yes, you did. We talked about Khalil Gibran yesterday. We were talking about, listen to that one from yesterday. It's important about how you come together in a relationship. You come together but stay apart. And I think it touched me. You come together but stay apart. Remain yourself. Stay true to yourself. So thank you guys for coming to the table. My son is up. We need to get some basketball going on today. We need to probably take a drive. I'm going to try to get out and do something. I'm coming to grips with the mosquitoes. And I want to say this. I have come to realize that the mosquito issue I have is not necessarily an issue that I will have in all of this area, but just where I live right now, mosquitoes are a problem because there's a creek that runs through here. There's water underground. There's lots of foliage. So where I am right now in this neighborhood, there's a huge mosquito issue. So when I get ready to move, I will move to an area that doesn't have this much issue with mosquitoes, because me and the mosquitoes are not about to be best friends. So that's positive, very positive for me. I'm coming to realize, okay, it's not all of Maryland, but it is Tacoma Park. Have a wonderful, glorious day. Thank you guys for joining me, whether you joined me on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate you at my table. Karen, thank you for being a part of my childhood and being able to have my back at this table with one of these elders talking about they didn't whoop our asses when we were kids. Yeah, she was tripping. I will see you guys here tomorrow. Have a safe day. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. Be safe and be here at this table for years to come. Have a great day, guys.